Icy roads on the way to the Grand Canyon to start my Rim2Rim2Rim hike. First time I've ever tried it. I've hiked the canyon many times, but never Rim2Rim2Rim, so was excited to start. Started at 4:45 on Saturday, November 25th, 2023. First couple hours were in the dark via headlamp, and now you see as I'm getting down to the Indian Gardens area here, some rocks are starting to light up the opposite side of the canyon. So here we are. I decided I would just kind of take it slow and do it, take plenty of rests and just enjoy the canyon as I've headed down. Here we are with a look at Zoroaster Temple on the north side. Here we have a little spring that you've seen if you've hiked the Bright Angel Trail. Havasu Springs, I think it's called, and that's a little canyoneering mission there that I have never done. This is a picture of the Devil's Corkscrew, some switchbacks taking you down into the inner gorge. Just a picture of a cottonwood tree there where you take a rest. Wherever you see cottonwoods in the canyon, it usually means there's a spring or some water nearby there, just as it was in that case. So cottonwoods in the canyon equals water. This is Pipe Creek Rest House here. It's at the end of the Bright Angel Trail, right where it meets the river. And so I made it down to the river. Pretty nice. Another look at the temple. I didn't spend any time at Phantom Ranch on the way up. I just bypassed it and continued up the North Kaibab Trail. Had plenty of food and water and just didn't see any need to stop. So that's what went on. And starting up here I'm already 7 miles up the North Kaibab Trail at Cottonwood Creek, or Cottonwood Campground, which I think is at 7.6 miles up the trail. That's where I slept a couple of hours. Had a little friend here. It's the deer. The deer down there are never hunted, so they're pretty tame. And they just kind of walk around. I slept from 9 o'clock. Slept from like 3 o'clock till 6 and then started hiking again. Now we're the next morning.
Me. I did it. Made it to the North Rim. There we are. Yeah. That's good enough for me. Quick drink of water and I'll be on my way back down. It's 6 degrees Fahrenheit. So no desire to stay around here. Definitely want to get on down into the warmth.
Yeah, so headed back down the North Kaibab Trail. This is Coconino Overlook, coming through the tunnel here. Already down into the Red Rocks. And here's a look down at the Kaibab Bridge. The trail is just a feat of engineering, cutting across the tops of cliffs and just all kinds of craziness. Here's down by the bridge already. And these are a interesting, very kind of symmetrical group of limestone buttresses that are reminiscent of the line of battleships up at Pictured Rocks National Park in Lake Superior in Michigan. That's where I spent a few hours from midnight to about 3 a.m. before it got too cold and I had to just keep going. Coming up here, we're at a spot where, as I was walking down the trail, I heard some rocks being moved
I'm reminded that canyons are
about 500 feet
created
over
by
my head,
rockfall.
and then I heard the whistling of a huge boulder which came down and crashed down into the canyon and
Anyway.
kept tumbling forever down below there.
Microphone gets me. It's a
I was
surprise.
reminded that canyons are created via rockfall and erosion, and so I was happy
Pretty
that
freaking
didn't fall on me.
breathtaking. This is
Roaring Springs, the water source for the South Rim and North Rims of the Grand Canyon.
Look at the tops
Water
there,
comes
where
pouring out of the limestone band there,
water's coming out of the rock. You
and
can see like a few different pieces
cascades
of
down 500, maybe 1,000 feet down to
Anyway.
the bottom of the floor of the canyon. That water is pumped via pump house to the north and south rims, and that's the water you're drinking when you drink water at the canyon. So you're getting good water. This little rest area called Manzanita, I wasn't even aware of it until I started hiking. But
taking a break.
it was a good place to take a nap. Again, big cottonwood trees, lots of water, very peaceful. And here's a look down. I'm already now in the inner gorge, almost to Phantom Ranch, down in the Vishnu schist. Cool little tower of rock that looks like a statue. Here's I saw the Starlink, all the satellites go across when I was at Phantom Ranch. Now this is the next morning. Coming up to Indian Gardens again.
Indian Gardens here.
And I've had really quite a time at this point.
Good morning.
And I rested at Indian Gardens for about an hour and then continued on up to the South Rim.
All the things.
Took a couple of rests on the way up. Here's some mules that some wranglers were unpacking while I sat there. And what do we got here? We've got that is the 3 mile rest house there out on the peak, and that is the 1.5 mile rest house. And bam, I'm out of the canyon. 50 miles took me about 60 hours.